Hello, lovies. Welcome to Content and Coffee. My name is Nikki Nash, and if this is your first time watching Content and Coffee, this is a Monday through Friday, 9 a.m., unless otherwise noted, Eastern Time chat around content and how we can help you grow your business. Full transparency, loves, I am sick. I don't know what happened between yesterday and today, but I definitely have a cold or something. It feels like somebody's pounding in my head. It's just no bueno. So I'm going to probably keep today's content and coffee short, but we'll wrap up what we've been talking about all week, which is around email sequences. So if you missed the last couple, essentially where we are is in part 3, the final part of creating email sequences. And what we've really been talking about to build up to this point was around the importance of email sequences, why I think the newsletter is dead, and the 3 steps that I really kind of go through in order to build kick-ass, hope I can say that on Facebook Live, unclear, but kick butt email sequences for my business so that I'm constantly taking my prospective or dream clients on some sort of journey that gets them from where they want to be to where from where they are to where they want to be, and takes them from where I want them to go along the way. So again, I'm going to keep today short because I'm a little under the weather. Hi, guys. So if you remember from the last couple of days, phase 1 was really around understanding what your business goals are and really identifying, like, here are my business goals and here is how content is going to make a difference in achieving those goals. And what we did is we started going, okay, if you had with each piece of content, or if you had a piece of content, if there was one thing that you wanted your dream client to take, like one thing you wanted them to do, what would it be? So it could be like, hey, the one thing I want them to do is I want them to sign up for my Facebook group so that I can keep, connecting with them. The one thing I want them to do is follow me on YouTube so that they can see my videos. The one thing I want them to do is, the one thing you may ultimately want them to do is buy your high-end or some sort of product or service that you have. But think about like all the steps that you believe are necessary before they get there. And so you start identifying those. Then what we talked about yesterday was really making it all about your dream client. It's all about your audience, all about who you want to connect and engage with. And it's really identifying where they are, what their world is, what their challenges are. And as I've said in other videos, it's getting them from like understanding where they are to where they want to be, and start building out a process for how they get there. So if you start looking at the two together, you have your desire, so where your dream client is, maybe they just signed up for your email list, to where you want them to be, which could be you want them to ultimately get on the phone with you because you know that when you talk to them one-on-one, you're more likely to get a sense of what they're looking for and help them, guide them on which package that you offer that makes the most sense, or which product or service. So maybe that's what we talked about on Wednesday was your business goal. So you have that journey. And then yesterday we talked about your dream client's journey and how you have them at one place. It's where they are and they want to be somewhere else. And so what we're going to talk about today is really be able to map out an email sequence that meets both of those goals and really kind of brings together your business goals and desires and your dream client's goals and desires, and puts them together so that you have this email sequence where your dream client is getting value and they're taking steps that will lead them down the path of having a stronger relationship with you, whether that means buying, a $50 product from you, buying a $100 product from you, buying your like $20,000 service, whatever it is, just getting them from point A to point B. So here is how I do email sequences. I get out a piece of paper and a pen. And what I ultimately do is I write numbers 1 through 7. Typically, you could do it 1 through 10. It really kind of depends. It could be 1 through 5. And what you do at the beginning is you write where your dream client is and what action they've taken most recently with your business. So it could be, my dream client is looking to lose those last 15 pounds. and they just signed up for my email list. So you're like, okay, so I have somebody who wants to lose 15 pounds and I have them on my email list. Let's start building out the sequence. So you know where they are, and you know what the action they've taken with you. And at the bottom, whatever step you choose, whether it's step 10 or step 5, or maybe sometimes what I do is I just write at the top of the page, they want to lose 15 pounds and they're on my email list. And at the bottom of the page, I write where I want them to go. And then I start figuring out how many steps it's actually going to be in the meantime. But what I do at the end is I start going, okay, at the end, I'm gonna take them on a journey where they lose the first 5 pounds, and then they ultimately buy my workout plan and nutritional bundle that helps them lose the last 10. So for free, I'm gonna get them like the first 2 to 5 pounds, whatever it is, just so that they're like, okay, I'm seeing progress, and then I'm gonna like offer them something where they can really kick it into high gear and lose those last 10 pounds pretty quickly. So let's say that's your journey. And so what I do then with my email sequencing is I go, all right, what are the individual steps that will get them from point A to point B? And let's say the first one is like, oh, well, they're going to need to go grocery shopping, and they should probably sign up for, my, or follow me on Instagram where I have I'll take that back. They should go grocery shopping and then maybe follow me on Pinterest where I'll have a list of recipes and all the greatest things for grocery shopping. And you can start seeing how that makes sense. It's like, okay, they need their first step if they want to lose the first couple of pounds is to go maybe grocery shopping. And what they're going to need when they're grocery shopping is a list of amazing recipes that are helpful for them. So they should follow me on Pinterest. And you start going, okay, that's step 1. And so you make like a little note, email 1, grocery shopping tips, and follow me on Pinterest. And that could be the first step you have to take. Then let's say step 2 is, all right, they're going to need like a really quick body weight workout that they can do anywhere. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to write an email about that, and I'm going to have them follow me on Snapchat where I do daily snaps on really quick, like a workout tip of the day. And so you start going, okay, I got them from point A to point B. Now so far you have them, they're on your email list, and they want to lose 15 pounds. You help them grocery shopping, and they're following you on Pinterest. You gave them some workout tips, and they're following you on Snapchat. And let's say now you're like, actually, I think what would be really great is if, you and I had a free, body. I'm making this up. This is what happens when I'm sick and my brain doesn't work as well. But like you're doing some sort of free offer where it's like, hey, for the first 5 people that apply, or everybody apply, and I'm going to accept 5 people into getting a free consultation with me. And so that could be your next email, and you write that down because maybe some people will, all they need is to follow you on Snapchat and do Pinterest, and they already know that they want to get on the phone with you and see if it makes sense to hire you as like a virtual coach. So let's say you offer that in the next email. Then some people are going to need a little bit more time. Plus you said you were only accepting a few. Maybe instead of 5, say you're only going to take 1 or 2 people, and you kind of go through the applications and you see who seems like they're a fit for you right now and where they are, where it makes sense to get on the phone and do a consultation. So then after that, you say, all right, well, what you really should probably do next is follow me on Instagram because I have, really daily lifestyle tips and additional videos and things that are exclusive to my Instagram community where you're really getting more content and information. And so what you're doing is you're saying, hey, maybe you get them on a little bit of a journey like, oh, I gave you body weight exercises in Snapchat. If you are going to the gym and you want some more tips and tricks for working out at the gym, you should follow me on Instagram. And so now you have a person that's following you on email, they're following you on Pinterest, they're probably following you on Snapchat, and maybe you just got them to follow you on Instagram. And so they're taking different steps that are really building a relationship with you before they're ready to, spend an investment on your high-end package or product. And so you offer that. Then let's say you're like, okay, I know at the end of this I said it's going to be some sort of bundle, but let's say the bundle is even like, $500-$600. So they're going to want to spend some time with you and really know that they're worth it and get a lot of free content from you before they invest. So let's say you have, a free checklist or a free like diet calendar where it's like track everything you eat. You're saying, hey, you signed up for my email list. I gave you something really cool for that. You're following me on Pinterest where you have recipes. You're following me on Snapchat where I'm giving you body weight exercises. You're following me on Instagram where I'm giving you both nutritional tips and tips for the gym. I've offered you a chance to do a free, session with me over the phone or some sort of consultation. And now I'm actually thinking what you really need is you should probably be tracking everything you're eating. And so I'm going to give you a free little notebook or something, digital book, where it's like you can track everything you're eating for a week or so. And so I give you that. And then a couple days later, I say, you know what? You've tracked your food. You've gotten some great recipes from me. You've gotten some free body weight exercises. You've gotten some tips and tricks at the gym. I'm going to give you one more kind of support group that says, you should probably join my Facebook community where there are all these women that are all doing the same thing. And so that you can support each other, and you invite them into the Facebook group where they're constantly seeing more and more from you. And then at the end of it, you can say, now, I'm really excited for you. I'd love to hear how your journey is going. And then at the end of it, you can say, all right, here's my bundle that I'm offering for you, or some sort of package. And what you've essentially done is you've just mapped out where your dream client is and the first action that they took. The final action, which is for you, that you want them to sign up for this bundle that you're offering. And you start thinking, like, what are all the steps that they're going to need to take for them to be able to want to invest, that $500 or $600 in that bundle that you're offering for your health plan. And so you start thinking about all the things you don't have no problem supporting them for free. Which, we mentioned was recipes, and they're following you on Pinterest, and, body weight exercises, and they're following you on Snapchat, and some more nutritional tips and exercises at the gym, so they're following you on Instagram. And then they've joined your Facebook community because, they've need that community and support. And you've also, in there offered them a chance to talk to you on the phone for free, and you maybe gave it to one or two people, but you have more folks. At least you're gauging how many people are interested in doing that. And so the idea of the email sequence is really just mapping out a journey and a roadmap. And maybe that order that I just made up, you're like, actually, Nikki, that order doesn't work for my audience. And you can honestly switch it around. You can do whatever works best for you and your audience. But the idea is really just all I suggest you do with email sequencing is mapping out the journey that you think makes sense for your client, for them to go from, hey, I haven't purchased anything from you, to purchasing this, product from you, and all the things that they're going to need, and how much time they're going to need to spend with you, and how much content they're going to need to get a sense of from you before they're willing to invest and actually give you money. So you're mapping that out. And then as you're doing that, you're going, okay, they're here. They want to lose those last 15 pounds. I'm going to get them to losing the first 2 to 5 for free. And then I'm going to offer them, how to lose those last 10 pounds and keep it off. And maybe that's like the bundle you're offering. So that's really the journey that I recommend you put people on. And it's really, you may be going, Nikki, that wasn't very complicated. But honestly, it's not. It's really, if anything, it's spending the time to do the planning. And the best part is that you can do this time and time again. And what you may do is you may go, all right, I'm going to try this one sequence where I think this is the logical path. I'm going to see if it works. I'm going to see if it makes sense, and then test it out. And if you're finding, like, you check your stats all the time, you see, are people opening my email? Are they clicking to actually join the group? And then if they're not, you start going, okay, well, what can I test? Could I do an A/B test of the subject line? Is it that, they're not interested in the way I've positioned the email, and I haven't made it like snappy or juicy enough where they're actually opening the emails? Or are they opening it, they're reading it, and they're going, actually, this isn't helpful? Or maybe they've joined everywhere and they've clicked everywhere, and then they're still not interested in the bundle. Maybe it's the pricing of the bundle. Maybe it's what the bundle is. You really just start building out these email sequences and really identifying, all right, here's the journey I took my dream client on. Here's the actions I wanted them to take from a business perspective. Here's all the value that they wanted. And like, that's key. Like, if they're not getting value out of your content that you're producing, they're not going to sign up for that that bundle or service or thing that you're wanting. So you want to continuously give them like insights and tips and things that add value to their life. And then ultimately have them feel confident and comfortable with you where they're willing to invest. So we can absolutely talk more about this. Please, 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 if you're like, hey, Nikki, I have a ton of questions, write them in the Facebook group. Again, because I'm not feeling the greatest today, I'm going to hop off kind of early, but I did want to give you that sort of journey that you can build for your dream clients and kind of take them on. And we can absolutely talk more about this in a later session, but that's really the gist of building email sequences. Is it's that wonderful blend of your business goals and your dream clients' wishes and desires, and kind of putting them together so that they're on this magical journey of you two together, where you're adding value and contributing to them, and they're, you know, taking actions that will continuously have them engage with you. So that they're ultimately willing to, you know, take actions that will be of value to them and of profit for your business, so that you can make money, so that you can continue to give them free content and insights. So that's what I've got for you today. I love you guys so much. Sorry I have to bounce, but I'll talk to you next week. Bye, guys.